Later that same night, I decided to return to the Fog Rift Catacombs for some more adventures in frustration. However, I did not record any commentary because I didn't feel like it. Sometimes in these sort of repetitious areas, I will just sort of put on an audiobook. In this case, I was listening to an audiobook, and just play the game while listening to the audiobook. Viewers may not be aware of this. That's pretty funny, the guy got smushed. Viewers may not be aware of this, but sometimes it's a chore to talk a lot while you're playing a game. Anyway, my goal here was to return to the place where I died and get my souls back. And possibly even proceed further. But initially, I was just trying to get my souls back. I don't know why I was just standing there for so long. I was probably... Oh man, those things... this thing is about to kill me. When they jump up in the air like that, they're hard to avoid. These flower-looking imps. Run! Another reason I sometimes don't record commentary is because there's not very much to say as you're methodically making your way through these areas for the second and third and fourth time in a row. This time I just ran right past that fireball shooting thing. And I got my souls back. It wasn't that many, so it wasn't that big of a loss. So jumping on top of the big contraption and continuing on, I hesitated instead of boldly running forward. Hesitated there too much and paid the price. I wasn't sure whether I should stop and block or run forward and try to hit him. And now we come to the place where I got killed. 2 guards, one with a torch, one with a giant spear. Nine healing potions to deal with them. Try to get some cheap hits with a bow before they get to me. The first one goes down easily. The second one goes down slightly less easily. And they drop smithing stones, tier 4. Just what everyone needs at this point in the DLC. Going to use a buff. Try to get some cheesy shots with the bow and arrow, but it doesn't do very much damage. Oh. Look out. Youch. That Radigan move there almost killed me. Ouch. Shield bash. Dodged right into his mace attack. Bleed damage. Another shield bash. Another shield bash. Lucky I didn't get killed there. That time I dodged the Ratigan attack and swooped in from behind for the kill, leaving a very golden looking item and one more enemy that hit me unexpectedly. Now, what is this golden item? It's a great Ghost Glovewort, which I believe is one of the items you need to upgrade Spirit Ashes to plus 10, or whatever the maximum is, plus 25, whatever. Checking all around for secret doors, didn't find any. This overlooks that first passage. It looked like I might be able to get on top of that platform as it was going up. Oh! Whoops! Too close. No. It seems like it's stopping me from getting up there, and then I fell down. So I accomplished my goal. But then I had a thought. And I think that thought was, there's actually another direction to go, which was, instead of jumping on top of that platform and going up, I wondered about jumping down right here, because there is an item on the floor, so we're clearly meant to go that way. And I guessed correctly, it turns out, that there would be a passage that I could duck into right below where you jump down. It didn't look like there would be enough time to jump down and then run across. So I presumed they would give us a way to hide in here. And there's a ladder in the corner. A very long ladder, which goes all the way back up to a corridor that has a number of these yellow fulgur blooms, and it's basically a shortcut back to where we started. So that's the way out. But I hungered for more exploration, so I went back down. And I was guessing there that I would not have time to stop and pick up that item. So I went to safety first and then came back, and that was Dragon Bolt Grease, I think is what it said. Which I think is some kind of new buff, weapon buff. And here we find an elevator going down. And a statue of Marika, which made me think there was a boss nearby, or at least a lot more to explore in this place. Come on, imp. I didn't want to run down there because I figured something would jump out and surprise me. Oh, they have fire now. I don't think any of the previous ones had any fire capability. Yeah, there's one to the side of the stairs there. And that one does fire too. It does a 360 spin. Ah, and there's another one. More yellow fulgur bloom. Some rata fruit. No secrets. Looked like a platform up there, overlooking this room. Uh-oh. A sorcerer and an imp. Going for the sorcerer first. A successful operation. Grave Glovewort. Yeah, it definitely looks like there's something up there, but there's no way to get to it. Another very large room. Uh-oh, and missiles coming from the other side of the room. I don't know what spell that is, but it seems kind of deadly. I was waiting for something to come smashing down from the ceiling, and there it is. Ah, an imp. Hiding in this alcove here. So it definitely looked like there was not enough time to run all the way across, so I was expecting there would be another alcove further down. And there was, but it didn't have a floor, so I fell all the way down into this room. Trying to get this sorcerer before he gets me, and this room is full of blobs. The blobs that take forever to kill. There must be a shorter way to kill those things, but I don't remember what it is. Maybe fire? So now we're down in the sewers of these catacombs. Stuck down here for now, until we find a way out. Very wary of surprises because I only have one healing flask left. So I'm going very carefully now. Ah, two more drop down right on top of me. Was not expecting that. For a second there, I thought I was gonna die from that. Oh, I'm trying to go two-handed here to see if I can kill them faster. Which I can, but unfortunately they hurt me in the process. So I went back to the shield. Because at this point I have no healing left. Finally. And another glass shard. There's a ladder over there, but I'm gonna go a different direction. While I'm down here, I might as well see what's here. So I'm gonna run across and try to get this sorcerer, which I did, but then I got killed by crossfire from the other two sorcerers hiding on the other side of the room, not to mention the blobs falling out of the ceiling. Fortunately, there's a Stake of Marika, so I didn't have to go all the way back to the beginning. But still, it was a fairly lengthy journey back. And the work to clear all of that begins again. Ouch. Oh, I'm getting beat up here. That was almost a catastrophe. I was hoping he would get smushed. So now I know that there's a drop here, but this time I want to go that way to get my souls back. I don't know what I'm doing here. Probably getting a drink, maybe. There are the two blobs that dropped on my head. I was hoping the magic arrows would do more damage, but they did not. It must be fire that hurts them. I wonder if I have a fire weapon in my repertoire. I was trying to go around those two blobs so I didn't have to fight them. There's that ladder that... I presume that ladder goes back up to escape this, this lower section. Here's the room where I got killed. So now I know not to go running in there like a madman. So I'm gonna use my bow to try to kill that sorcerer from range. And it worked. Now there's two more to deal with. Or one more. I thought there were two more. There's definitely a blob to deal with. Got my souls back, but I don't want to go grab that item because there are 3 blobs on the ceiling right over top of it. One down. These things are not the most exciting enemies to fight, that's for sure. They really test your patience. Two down. I can get the item, which is an Electrocharge. I think that's a spell. One of the incantations of the capital's ancient dragon cult calls down lightning to charge the caster's body. While charged, electric shocks will strike the area several times. Charging increases potency. And the yellow fulgur bloom is a yellow flower that crackles with lightning. And I also picked up a forked tongue hatchet and dragon bolt grease. Coats armaments adding heavy lightning damage to attacks. And it looks like I just left that last one on the ceiling because I didn't need to fight it. Now to climb this ladder and hopefully escape this horrible place. Aha, this looks like that area that was overlooking that room that I couldn't get to before. And we're back. But there is more yet to explore. The other side of this massive room, for example. And this time I'm gonna try to run past the hole to what I hope is another alcove, which it is. And there's an item here, which is a glass shard. Thrilling. Now I'm running straight across. Now I'm running to the stairs on the opposite end of the room, where there's a couple of imps and a sorcerer. Uh-oh. He almost impaled me to death. Two imps down. Oh, there's a blue item there. And now to deal with the sorcerer. Easily done. And the blue item is a Shadow Realm rune, tier 3. And there's at least one imp on the other side. Actually, two imps. Throwing fire at me. That's them taken care of. Now to see where this other hallway goes. Oh, whoops. There's another spiky ceiling that smushed me. I should have known that. Again, it looks like I wouldn't have time to stop and pick up that item, so I ran across and then ran back to get the item, which is a broken rune. Nothing of consequence. It was just there to make me try to stop and get smushed by the ceiling. And we come to another elevator leading downward. I don't see any Stakes of America though, but I do see a door that looks a lot like a boss fight. There is a Stake of America here. I was wrong. Looks very much like a boss fight, so I'm preparing my boiled crabs. I have some healing. Only 5 though. Let's see what we have. It's a Death Knight. Spewing lightning. Dual wielding axes with a spectral sort of cloak. Doing a lot of attacks in a row. Wrecking my stamina. trying to work out how to dodge this. Whether to dodge or block or both or some combination thereof. And he's got these weird lightning moves. And that was the end of me. Didn't even get 25% of his health off. So this was looking like another boss, like the one in the nameless mausoleum that would be too much for me. I was wondering about using my jawbone axe to see if maybe strike damage would do better. Wasn't really sure about that, though. I figured I'd give it another try while I was here, because it does take a while to get down here. Ooh! Oh man, I'm gonna get killed before I even get my runes back. Ah! I'm just trying to get to my runes. And I missed them! I thought I hit the button to pick them up, but I didn't. Finally got my runes. Now I can start focusing on actually fighting this guy. And I was trying to stay close to the entrance side of the room, because if I was going to get killed again, I wanted to be close to the doorway. I don't know what I was trying the wild strikes move there. That's what I was doing. I don't think I even knew what that did. I think at this point I realized that the axe was not really helping me very much. So that was an inevitable death there. It didn't start well, and the axe was not working very well. So I thought I would try a different weapon. It's been 2 years since I played this game, so I have no memory of what all my arsenal of weaponry is. But I came across this Rogier's Keen Rapier plus 24. Which I remember using and liking a lot. So I decided to give it a try. And there's my runes right by the door. Oof, lightning in the face. I didn't think about putting on a lightning resistance rune. Talisman. I don't know if I had one or not. I noticed right away that the Rapier was doing better than the axe or the Godskin Peeler. It does pretty good damage pretty quickly. Oof. That guy hits hard. Oh, and he's got lightning stuff. I didn't remember what the Glint Blade Phalanx was, so I was trying that to see what it was. Oh, I'm almost dead. Whoa. I don't know what that was. Ah, I don't have enough stamina to block all these. Yeah, the Rapier is doing so much better. I just can't survive long enough. Magic didn't look like it did very much to him. Looks like he might be going into a second phase here. He's doing a lot more stuff. And he got me in the end. But I almost got him to half health. So I felt better about that attempt. But I also did not think I would be able to beat that guy. And I wasn't really in the mood to just keep trying that over and over again. So, I went in, quit the game, got my souls out of there. And I decided to call it quits there. But unfortunately, there was a long and arduous trip back up to the site of grace at the beginning of the catacombs. So at this point, I just marched all the way back and called it a day. In retrospect, in the cold light of the next day, as I'm looking back on this, ouch! One thing I realize is I should not have tried to run that far. But another thing I realize is that I never did summon my shield bros to help me in that fight. So I wish I had remembered to do that. Because I think I might have been able to beat him with the Rapier and my shield bros. The question is, can I get out of here without having to fight every step of the way? I feel like the target lock is not as precise as it used to be. I don't know if that's just me or what. But very often I will be looking at an enemy and I press target lock and it doesn't lock, it just spins the camera. I don't know if it's me or what, but it happens a lot, and it just did back then. You can tell because I'm looking at an enemy and then suddenly the camera spins a whole different direction. Delicious revenge on that firebomb throwing imp. Squish the imps. Smushed him. And we have successfully escaped the Fog Rift Catacombs.